Right, grade 10s. Let's go and revise and carry on with looking at functional notation or FX notation, as they call it. And this stuff is going to live with you right through to matric, so it's very important. Remember, whatever you have, if you've got an x value and the x value is 1 and the y value is 2, that's 1 and 2. Remember, if x is 1, the f of 1 is 2. Okay, it's the y value, y at x equals 1, which happens to be 2 in this case. So it doesn't matter, whatever that is. If that's a, that would be the f of a, which is the y value corresponding to x as a. So if we have a look at some examples, let's make up one. Let's look at an example 1 quickly. An example 1. Okay. If fx is equal to x squared plus 1. Okay, let's make up that thing there. Okay, and I'm going to ask you, alright, okay, here it is. fx, I've made that rule up there. Okay, and I'm going to ask you, work out the f of 3. Okay, well, what do you understand by this? Okay, well, the x is equal to 3. And if we plug, remember this is y, so we're going to plug back into there to get what the y value is. Now the notation is this. Now watch what I do. I always show students this. You go like this. I'll say if fx is x squared plus 1, what you're going to do is you replace. So I am going to replace the x by something. Okay. And that x is going to be 3. Okay. So this x is going to be 3. You're taking that x and working out a y value based on your little rule. Okay. So the f of 3 is 9 plus 1 is 10. So what is that? That's the y value corresponding to that x. Okay. The f of 3 is 10, which happens to be the y value. Okay. Alright, so you can't believe, like in calculus, how important this is. Okay, number B, have a look at this. What if we wanted the f of negative 4? Okay, well, our rule given to us, they always give you this rule, is fx is x squared plus 1. So the f of negative 4 is going to be the negative 4 squared plus 1, which is 16, plus 1, which is 17. Okay. Alright, so there's your y value corresponding to x is equal to negative 4. What about the f of a half? Okay, now let's go to a fraction. Well, what do we know? fx is x squared plus 1. Okay, now, so what is that? The f of half is going to be a half squared plus 1 is equal to a quarter plus 1, which is going to be 1 and 1 1/4. Okay, 1 1/4 there. Okay, good. Alright, so that's your y value corresponding to x is a quarter. Now let's get to number C. Okay, that would be, or number D rather. I think that was, let's just check that there. We had A, B, and then C was going to be a half. What about number D here? Okay, that's right. That's number C. So number D is the f of 2x. Now this is interesting. Be careful with this. Typical calculus question in matric. You've got to work out the f of 2x. Now, I'm going to color, if you look at this, let's take that out and let's rather make it into a blue color or something like that so that you can see. There's 2x there. Okay, great. Come on, Mr. Pen. Oh, come on, be nice to me there. Okay, there we 2x. Now, if we go back to here, the f of x is x squared plus 1. Now, what is the f of 2x? So we're going to multiply the x's by 2. So what that means is that we're going to take that x and multiply by 2. But now, careful, I'm going to actually take that out there. I'm going to do this first. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to replace my x's with brackets. Okay, so there's x, and that's going to be there. So now 2x is going to go in there. Okay, and what's it going to look like? It's going to be 2x. So that x you multiply by 2. That x has been squared. So it's, you take the x and multiply by 2 and then squared. So that's why I always use the brackets there. Okay, so then what do we know? f of 2x is going to be 4x squared plus 1. Okay. Alright. Now let's have a look. Now the next things you've got to be very careful. This thing often confuses many matrics. Okay, E. Now watch this. They want you to work out 2 multiplied by fx. Okay. But that's easy. Listen, what do we know? We know that fx is going to be x squared plus 1. We know that. Okay. So the point is, what would happen if we want 2fx? So if we want 2 of the fx's, we're going to be multiplying both sides by 2. So we're going to double this. You see that there? All you do is that, which gives you 2x squared plus 2. Okie doke. Alright. Now number F, have a look at this one. This is going to be, what is fx plus 2? Well, that's easy. We know that fx is x squared plus 1, and what do we want to do? We want to add 2 to whatever x is, fx is. So we're adding 2 to whatever fx is. So what we do on the right, left, we do on the right. So we're adding 2. So then this becomes x squared plus 3. Okay, there we go. And then the last one is well, that was exactly, it's going to be fx, it's going to be fx minus 1. Have a look at this. This one is very interesting here, number G. What happens if you go, now this is important for calculus, f of x minus 1. Now all I do is this, I say, well look, fx is equal to x squared plus 1. So what am I doing? I'm subtracting 1 from x. So in brackets, I subtract 1 from x there. You see that there? Subtract 1 from x. And then all we do is we go like this. We say that we multiply this out. X squared, multiply and double, and plus 1, which is x squared minus 2x plus 2. There we go. Good. Okay, that's it. So I want you to try the practice example, and let's see how it goes. Okay, so people, let's have a look at this quickly here. If you look at it, so the important thing, they could use gx is equal to something, x cubed if you like. G of 2 would be equal to something there, and it'll be 2 cubed, etc. So this, they can use G or whatever. But let's look at a second example quickly here. And this is going to be quite fun. Okay, have a look at this. So I said to you, if I gave you fx is equal to x squared minus 2x, and I said to you, okay, determine the value, or values if you like, the values of x for which the fx is equal to the y value is equal to 8. Okay, now it's really easy to do this, because look at this. If you have a look here, if fx is equal to x squared minus 2x, okay, what we know is, we know that the fx is equal to 8. We know that. Okay, so there you've got x squared minus 2x. Alright, now, naught is going to give me x squared minus 2x minus 8. I bring that across. And watch this. This is a trinomial. So how do we deal with that? That's naught equals x minus 4 and x plus 2. Okay, so then x is equal to 4, or x is equal to negative 2. There we go. And that's all it is. Okay, people, to that. Fx is 2. So master this principle of fx notation. Always bear in mind that if you've got x, the f of x is the y value corresponding to that x value. Okay, well, let's look at a practice example quickly, and let's see how you do. Okay, let's look at the practice example. It says, if gx is equal to x squared minus 5, determine the values of g3, x if gx is 4, and x if gx x is equal to 1 minus 5x. Have a bash at that. Let's see how we do. Okay, let's have a look at this. If we look at that number, the first one, okay, it's got gx is equal to x squared minus 5. And the a said, what is the g of 3? Well, that's pretty easy. That's 3 squared minus 5, which is 9 minus 5, which is, of course, 4. Then it says x if gx is 4. Okay, so let's have a look. So if gx is 4, then 4 is equal to x squared minus 5. That's gx. So then 0 is equal to x squared minus 9 if you bring that across. And guess what, grade 10s? It's a difference of 2 squares. There we go. So x is equal to negative 3 or x equals 3. Cool. Okay. And then C, it said there that gx is going to be 1 minus 5x. Okay. Okay, so what does this give us? 0 is equal to x squared plus 5x, and then it's minus 6 if you bring that across. Okay, so 0 equals x plus 6, x minus 1, so x is equal to negative 6, or x equals 1. There we go. Cool. And I hope you got that right. Well, FX notation, domain range, all those things, very, very important. Keep posted, and we'll be doing some more maths on Cell School.